Children's Services Abdinur Mohamed aweze kuzungumza nasi kwa kifupi na kisha tuweze kuendelea. Karibu sana.
Your Excellency, Madam CS, the peers around, all protocol observed. Your Excellency, this day as we celebrate the Day of the African Child 2025, we feel very happy that you have accepted to preside over this event once more. Last year, we have celebrated this same event in Mwatate, Taita Taveta. You have also accepted to be the chief guest at that time. That shows how much you are committed to children and how friendly you are to children. And that's why you are the #1 champion in our country for children matters. Your Excellency, this time round, different from the last time when we celebrated in Mautate, there is a new State Department of Children Welfare Services. And we celebrate now when our children are taken care of under their own State Department. That is a move actually to the right side, which we appreciate His Excellency the President and our caring government for having given us that. Your Excellency, another thing that you will celebrate this time is that we have a ministry again, a move of ministry. Last year when we celebrated with you, we were in the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. However, this time we are in the Ministry of Gender, Culture and Children's Services, where we feel we even rightly belong again. Your Excellency, this is your day. I may not wish to take much time, but as we celebrate this day, a few messages I wish to give is that this day is not only a day of history and commemoration. It's a day of reflection where we should all hold ourselves into account on what we have done for our children and what we need for our children. We know as a state, we have done a lot and we lead from the front as compared to other nations in Africa who, even in most cases, in terms of the African Committee of Experts and the African Charter on the Rights of the Welfare of the Child, as well as the UNCRC Charter, we're always the first and the best in reporting, and sometimes even we are the ones who offer them training. However, that does not mean that it's all done. There are still many issues which we are grappling with, which we need to propel. However, all the anticipation and the hope and the direction and actually the signs are there. With our caring leadership, a very child-friendly champion for children in our First Lady, Mama Watoto, and all other stakeholders who care for our children, we will really protect and promote and empower the welfare of our children. Your Excellency, having said that, as we celebrate here today, I also want to take this opportunity to thank the good government, county government of Makueni, as well as the good people of Makueni for having allowed us to host this important event here. It would not have been possible without their cooperation, without their support, and without their goodwill. At the same time, Your Excellency, there had been a team who had been preparing this event for us over a time, including even members from your office, including members from the government administration office, and the planning committees at different levels, including planning committee from our national level, a planning committee at the county level, who are all working together for a good number of time, having sacrificed time and resources to make sure that this event has taken place fully. And that's why we are happy. For they have burned the midnight oil to make sure that this event is a success. Your Excellency, with your indulgence, I would wish to request all members of the planning committees, especially from the national and the county governments, to be upstanding and wave from where they are, please. And I wish to confirm to you, we recognize you, we respect you. Your Excellency, once more again, I wish to ask by council members who are here, led by my chair, Madam Safia Abdinuru, and other board members of the National Council of Children's Services to be standing up also. And we wish to thank you very much. We thank them so much for having given us the leadership to undertake our role as a regulator in the children's sector. I know time is pressing us, and this is your day. Thank you very much, and thank you everyone. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. Watoto hoye. Watoto hoye. Tutulie tusikilize kwa sababu leo ni siku yetu. Sawa sawa. Your Excellency, it's time for a brief entertainment session. Allow me to invite my co-MC, who is a child, na yeye anaitwa Mutio. Na mwenzake, karibu sana.
Your Excellency, I would like to welcome Makongo Special School with a presentation. And since it's a special school, the teacher will translate.
Welcome. I am me, I am me, I am me from deaf community. I am my rights, I am my rights, I am my rights. Allow me to say, right to education, right to play, right to be loved, right to good health, right to protection and parental care. I have a government as African child for free education, hearing aids, and my safety. I thank the government for their support as an African child. Won't be silent. I can play, I can run, I can sing, I recite a poem. I can communicate in sign language with my parents and the community. I thank my teachers and my parents for their support to better my future. I am me, I am me, I am me from the community. I have my rights, I have my rights, I have my rights. Allow me to say, right to education, right to play, right to be loved, right to good health, right to befriending and parental care.
Makofi, makofi. Wow, wow. A beautiful presentation.
Muwa Mutua from Makongo Special School for the Deaf presents My Wish. My wish to be a smartphone. My parents love their smartphone, but not me. How I wish to be a smartphone. Father come home tired. He has time for
Wow, wow. Makofi, Makofi. What a beautiful presentation. Clearly, disability is not inability. Madam His Excellency, Madam Rachel Ruto. On stage next is Kavoko Primary. Let's see what they have in store for us.
Guest of honor, Her Excellency the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, government officials, distinguished guests, teachers, parents, and my fellow African children, good afternoon. I am Joylene Udoni Munga from Kabuko Junior School, and I am honored to have this awesome privilege to deliver my speech to you on the rights of the African child. I am privileged to be an African child. As an African child, I have rights that include the rights for survival, protection against abuse and neglect, and the right to be heard in both judicial and administrative proceedings. The African Child Rights Charter also emphasizes on the importance of a child's best interest, as well as the right to thought of freedom, conscience, and religion. It's a joy to be an African child. In accordance to the 2025 theme of the African Child's Day, that is, Planning and Budgeting for Children's Rights and Progress since 2010, the government is supposed to ensure adequate allocation of resources to all sectors that involves the African child and incorporate child-centered approaches as they plan and budget for the African child. First of all, as the government plans for our rights, it should ensure transparency and accountability. The government can do this by ensuring that all planning processes are transparent, open for public engagement, and are subject to scrutiny to ensure accountability. In addition, the government should ensure that the African child is actively involved in the budgeting processes. This directly benefits their well-being by ensuring that resources are allocated equitably so as to cater for their needs and rights. Involving them also empowers them to participate in decisions that impact their lives. Furthermore, the government should ensure that there is effective resource allocation. By so doing, resources will be allocated effectively and thus maximizing the impact of investments in African child-related programs. Also, through planning and budgeting for our rights, most African governments have ratified key instruments that help political will meet practical actions. In order to ensure that every African child counts, the government is supposed to ensure integration of children's needs across all sectors of national and subnational development and plan and allocate equitable and effective programs so as to benefit we as the African children. As an African child and on behalf of all African children, we have the following request that we would like the government to put into consideration so as to ensure that we, as the African children, get the best in all areas of our lives. First, we are requesting for an emergency number that will be of help in case a child is abused in one way or another. My fellow African children, if I may ask, who knows the number that you should call in case of an emergency? Secondly, we are requesting for an ambulance in every sub-county. This will help ensure that children who need immediate medical care are transported to medical facilities with ease. We are also requesting the government to spare some money that may be used to aid the less fortunate in their education. This will be of help to us as African children since there will be no school dropouts due to lack of school fees. In addition, we are requesting for mentors from the government to our schools. Due to increased drugs and substance use by us teenagers, these mentors will help in creating awareness on the impacts of drugs in our lives. Last but not least, we we are requesting the government to introduce feeding programs in our schools. Most learners have dropped out of schools due to poverty at their homes, which has made them go for days without feeding. If feeding programs are introduced in our schools, we, as the African children, will be able to learn peacefully and comfortably.
Asante. Kwa sababu ya muda tuwapigie makofi watoto hao ambao wametoa shairi kali sana. Asanteni sana. Next on stage, waweze kuingia haraka haraka.
Your Excellency, there are 2 more presentations, so if you could bear with us, because today is our day. Unoa Comprehensive School with Shairi, Unoa Africa.
Haraka haraka tafadhali. Unoa Primary School ni shule ya hapa mahali tuliko. Your Excellency, wako na shairi moto sana. Tuwapigie makofi watoto. Asante.
Wow. Clap for them. And as for the final presentation, Kisau girls with a powerful and spectacular poem.
I am the
Wapi makofi kwa watoto? Hey, watoto tuwapigie wenzetu makofi. Makofi. Asante sana. Thank you, Your Excellency, kwa kutupatia muda ukasema watoto wapewe nafasi wafanye presentation kwa sababu ni siku yao. Indeed, your love for the children of Kenya and Africa is unprecedented. Niombe sasa kwa heshima tuingie katika kipindi kifupi cha hotuba na tutaanza na watoto bado. Na mtoto wa kwanza kusema nasi ni Shama Mwendwa mwenye umri wa miaka 14, asogee mbele. Shama Mwendwa ni wa grade 9, Makindu A Primary School. Karibu sana Shama Mwendwa. Tafadhali harakisha, na akimaliza tu Tresha Mwende mwenye umri wa miaka 14, grade 9, Inyokoni Primary School and JSS, naye pia atazungumza. Tuwasikilize kwa dakika moja kila moja.
Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Mrs. Rachel Ruto, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Gender, Culture and Children's Services, Honorable Mrs. Hannah Wendot Chemto, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Children's Services, CPA Karen Agengo, the Governor of Makueni County, His Excellency Mutula Kilonzo Jr., CBS, the National Chair, Ms. Sophia Abdinur, the CEO of NCCS, Mr. Abdinur Muhammad, fellow children, senior government officials, distinguished guests, teachers and parents, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Tresha Mwende from Inyokoni Comprehensive School, Makueni County, grade 9, and I'm honored to be here with you. I'll give this opportunity to my co-guest to introduce himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, learners and friends, good afternoon and a warm welcome to you all as we gather to celebrate this year's Day of the African Child. My name is Shama Mwendwa, a grade 9 learner from Makindu A Comprehensive School and a participant in Compassion International Assisted Project in Makindu Sub-County, Makueni County.
It's a great honor to stand before you today on behalf of children across Kenya as we commemorate the National Celebrations Day of the African Child 2025. As we mark this day this year, guided by the theme Planning and Budgeting for Children's Rights, Progress since 2010, as children we are happy because the government and other stakeholders are discussing about planning and investing in our rights. If Kenya has to rise, Kenya must rise with its children at the center. A lot has happened in planning and budgeting for us by our parents, national, county governance, and people of goodwill to care and send children to school, get medical care, and be protected from harm. We thank the government for putting in place structures, programs, and policies aimed at promoting and protecting the rights of and welfare of all the children. With all the budgeting for children, we are still faced with many challenges, including unsafe homes, schools, and communities.
To our leaders, provide feeding programs in schools, clean water in every school, enough classrooms, trained teachers in every class, sanitary towels for every girl, affordable education systems, quality health care, and protection from all forms of abuse and neglect for every child, among others. When you are making the budget, you should ask yourselves, how will these help children thrive? Is the money reaching the most vulnerable children, children living in poverty, children with disabilities, children in rural areas, children in emergencies, and children in the streets? We request our leaders to always involve us in all matters that affect our lives, including in budgeting processes. Nothing for us without us. We request our leaders to collect data on children's matters, to inform solutions to our needs. To our dear parents, always involve us in budgeting and planning for our future. To my fellow children, we have our rights that need to be protected as we also carry out our responsibilities. Let us keep safe, work hard in school, protect our environment, use the internet responsibly, and respect our elders. Let us be the change we want to see. We need you, our leaders, to believe in us, to invest in us, to plan for us, and most importantly, to work with us. Thank you, and may we rise together.
Susha Mwende from Inyokoni Comprehensive School.
Shama Mwendwa from Makindo Air Comprehensive School.
Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. Tuwapigie makofi tena watoto. Wow. That was Shama and Treasure. Asanteni sana. Your Excellency, it's time now for the National Development Partners to speak to us, represented by Magdalene Wanza. Naomba aweze kukaribia, aseme nasi. Karibu sana. And immediately after that, I'm told we have a representative of Her Highness, Lady Justice Teresia Matheka. Her Highness, kama metumana, representative wakae tayari. Thank you.
Thank you. Her Excellency, First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Rachel Ruto, CS, Minister of Gender, Culture and Children's Services, PS, State Department of Children's Services, all distinguished guests, CSO representatives from both county and national level, the county government of Makueni, First Lady, and all county representatives present, children and youth representatives, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Magdalene Mwoki. I am the country director for Teredes Homes, Netherlands, which is an organization committed to ending child exploitation. And child exploitation here, we work around issues of child labor, sexual exploitation of children, both offline and online, with a very ambitious mission and vision of ending child exploitation and making the world free from all forms of exploitation. And Your Excellency, allow me to say that I'm happy. I come from Makueni County and very happy to be celebrating this event here because it will trigger a lot of conversation within the county so that we can think of and put children at the center of what we are doing, as we have always been doing. It's profound honor to stand here this day as we celebrate the Day of the African Child 2025 with a very important theme, planning and budgeting for children since 2010. As development partners, we have journeyed with the government to ensure that the rights of children are fulfilled. And as it is, we complement the work of government. And we are very happy that we have really enjoyed the space in this country to work with the government to offer technical capacity where needed, also to ensure that children are really given spaces to ensure that they participate and their voices count. And this is very important for us as CSOs to enjoy this space and work in partnership with the government. We also applaud the government for the good work we have continued to see. We are very happy we have a Progressive Children Act 2022, which is really a big milestone for this country. We are also very happy we have seen a number of national plan of actions that have been developed within the country, all speaking to promoting the rights of children. We are also happy we are seeing a number of counties coming up with children policies. And this is a good gesture to indicate that we have giving attention to children matters in all the sectors. And we are also happy, I think recently we have a whole state department of children's services. This is very, very commendable even to the government. And as CSOs, we are celebrating again where children matters have been taken, the Minister of Gender, Culture and Children's Services. And we hope now we'll again continue engaging as CSOs to ensure that the rights of children, and more so, planning and investing in children is given a priority. Your Excellency, we also as CSOs noted a number of things that we hope the government is looking at. There is disparity in the way children's services are spread in the country. We are aware that we don't have enough children officers across the country. And this is a big gap when we talk of bringing close services of children to where children and communities are. We also are aware that the budget allocated is not enough. And we are happy as CSOs, we've also taken part in collaboration with the government to also review the just released budget 2025-2026 to see how children matters have been allocated, and we keen to monitor to see that the few resources, the little resources allocated towards children is also used for the good reason, and for that matter towards children. So we are very happy as CSOs to partner with the government, and this moment we renew our commitment to continue working, supporting the rights of children in this country. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, now allow me to invite on stage the representative of Her Highness Lady Justice Teresia Madeka, presiding judge, Makueni High Court, to speak for a minute, and then we continue. Karibu sana.
Your Excellency, the First Lady, Mama Ruto, Rachel Ruto, the Minister CS in charge of gender, and my learned friend. My name is Peter Ngare Gesora. I'm the Chief Magistrate Makueni. I stand here to also represent my presiding judge, Lady Justice Teresia Madeka. This is a great day for us as Makueni, and it couldn't have come at a better time. And we acknowledge the space of children in society, I being a parent, and the inaugural Chief Special Magistrate who was appointed in the year 2001 to take care of children matters. We deal with these situations on a day-to-day basis as a judiciary, and none other than the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya and the President of the Supreme Court has recognized that in a blueprint, the STARGE, and in it, the NCAJ has a standing committee on children matters, headed by Lady Justice Teresia Madeka. She sends her best wishes to Your Excellency and all other government officials present and countrywide. We acknowledge the space of the child, and I deal with these matters every day on a day-to-day basis as a Chief Magistrate and a Special Magistrate for Children Matters. We deal with them compassionately. We acknowledge that there could be situations where children are in conflict with the law, and we take that to heart as parents, first of all, and secondly, as judicial officers. We deal with them compassionately. We try to assist as much as possible. We try to integrate them to society where situations have gone bad. So I assure you that as a judiciary, we are in the forefront in terms of making sure that the child has their space in our space as judiciary. Thank you very much, and most welcome to Makueni. And our cash crop here is fruits, serious fruits. And as you live here, musitoke bure. Asante.
Thank you very much. And now, Your Excellency, at this juncture, allow me to recognize the MCS in our midst. We have nominated MCS, Honorable Janet Katunga. Please wave wherever you are. Thank you very much. Honorable Josephine Ndambuki. Asante sana. We have Honorable Martina Kimilu. And we have Honorable Masi Mutuku. Sijui kama nimemsahau mwingine. Thank you very much. Allow me now, Your Excellency, to invite the Makueni County Commissioner, Mr. Harry Wafula, to speak to us, and thereafter we will invite the NCCS Board Chair, Madam Sophia Abdinur. County Commissioner, karibu tuonyeshe timu ya ngao.
Asanti, Your Excellency, Mama wa Taifa, Rachel Ruto, Waziri wa Jinsia na masuala ya watoto, makatibu wa idara mbalimbali, wakurugenzi wa mashirika ya serikali, washikadau wote ambao wameendeleza gurudumu la kusukuma masuala ya watoto, wafanyikazi wa serikali, wageni wa heshima ambao ni watoto wetu. Siku ya leo ni siku kuu, na kawaida husemu ya kwamba siku njema huonekana asubuhi, na leo ni siku njema. Your Excellency, nikitambua uwepo pia wa county government ukiongozwa na First Lady Mrs. Mutula na serikali ya county ya Makueni. Mimi yangu ni machache, kwa sababu nina furaha kwamba tumekuja kusherekea siku ya watoto. Na hii siku sio ile tu ya kawaida ya kuja na kwenda, bali ni jukwaa la kutathmini kwamba tumefika wapi katika mustakabali ya watoto. Tukiongelea mahitaji hawa watoto, tunapanga ya kesho. Na tusipopanga ya kesho, basi tutaporomoka. Sisi kama ngao tumejumulishwa sana katika kuweka gurudumu la kuonyesha kwamba sera ya serikali, sheria, mahitaji na vile vile mwito wa jamii unaelekezwa mbele ili to guarantee the safety and the needs of the children of this country, the needs of the children of this county. Na nikimalizia, Your Excellency, mambo ya watoto, nashukuru kwamba umekuja kama mzazi pia kwa niaba ya serikali kupeana mwelekeo. Nasi kama wazazi huwa nasema kwamba kuwa mzazi si ajali, bali ni wito wa kufanya na kuwa na wajibu wa kuhakikisha kwamba kiumbe ambacho ni very innocent kina future ambayo ni guaranteed katika framework of the law and the needs of the community. So ukiwa hapa kama mshikadau, una wajibu, serikali ina wajibu, kanisa ina wajibu, wanasiasa wana wajibu, na kila mtu, na vile vile huyu mtoto ana wajibu wake tukimwelekeza. Na vile walifanya hapa presentation yao, Your Excellency, wanajua kile wanataka. Let us stand to the occasion and let us not let them down. Sina mengi kwa sababu nina furaha. Furaha yangu ni kwamba Makueni County ilichaguliwa. Na ikichaguliwa ni heshima kuu ambao tumetunukiwa. Na mwito wa Makueni County huwa wanasema kwamba Makueni works. And we want to work for the benefit and welfare of our children under your leadership and the guidance, Your Excellency. Nikikaa, wacha nitambulishe wafanyikazi wa national government ambao wako hapa. Wasimame tu mahali wapo and they wave. Asanteni, kaeni. Vile mesemwa kwamba kaunti hii ni mahali pa matunda. Kuna mbazi, kuna nini, kuna machungwa, maembe na kila aina ya kilimo, mazao ya kilimo. Tafadhalini mkija pia tutanunua hiyo matunda na tukiinua watu wa Makueni, kwa sababu mwito wa serikali ya Excellency William Ruto is bottom up. Si ndio? Na bottom up ni hawa wakulima ambao wanatoa matunda katika mashamba yao ili kulisha watoto wao na kujenga uchumi wa nchi hii. Na wale wameshiriki hapa kwa shughuli ya leo, huwa wanasema kwamba yoyote yule anapumua huugua, na ukiugua pangia huo kuugua. Ndipo haswa serikali imeleta mambo ya SHA. Tafadhali tujiandikishe, na wale ambao hatujajiandikisha, kuna hema pale, tujiandikishe, ili kwa bahati mbaya tukiwa wagonjwa tunaenda hospitali tunatibiwa na tusifilizike kwa sababu ya ugonjwa. SHA works. The government of the Republic of Kenya wants you to be a secure, healthy citizen. Tujiandikishe pale. Asanteni na Mungu awabariki, na karibuni na karibu tena. Bwana MC, majina yangu ni Muyesu Darusi, si Ofula.
Nimefahamishwa hivyo. Kumbe ni Bwana Duncan Tarus. Tumpigie makofi anapokwenda kupumzika.
Darusi.
Darusi. Asante sana. Thank you. Your Excellency, at this juncture, allow me to invite the NCCS Board Chair, Madam Sophia Abdinur, to speak. And as she comes on stage, I would like to recognize one of those who were vying for a seat here, Madam Damaris Maweu, who is the director at KEMSA. She's here. Thank you so much for showing up. Asante sana.
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, the First Lady of Republic of Kenya, Mama Rachel Ruto, our CS for Gender, Culture and Children's Services, our PS for State Department for Children's Services, the First Lady of Makueni, distinguished guests, and the children. Hamjambo watoto. Hamjambo. Si leo ni siku yenu. Hamuna furaha? Haya, hamjambo watoto. It is with great honor and privilege that I stand before you today on behalf of the National Council for Children's Services as we join hands across Kenya, Africa, and the world to celebrate this year's the Day of the African Child. Your Excellency, this day is not merely a date on the calendar. It is a reminder and a call for action. We gather here to honor the memory of the brave children who on June 16, 1976, took to the streets of Soweto, South Africa, demanding their rights on education and dignity, only to be met with brutal forces. Your Excellency, our First Lady, as Nelson Mandela once said, there can be no neater revolution of society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. The courage of those children defending themselves from injustice lit a fire that is still burning within ourselves. Your Excellency, it is in our heart today. The fire of justice, equality, protection of every child in the world and in Africa. In 1991, the Organization of African Union, now the African Union, designated June 16th the Day of the African Child. In recognition of the past, but also the pledges to shape better future. It was also a moment to affirm our collective commitment to the African Charter on the Right and the Welfare of the Child, a document that speaks directly to the African context, values, and realities. In the word of Grace Machel, children are the reward of life. Investing in their health, education, safety is the surest path to a peaceful Africa. Kenya, as a proud state to this charter, has demonstrated its principles through the Children's Act Cap 141 and more recently the Children Act of 2022. This year's theme, Your Excellency, means a lot to us as the children of this country. Planning and budgeting for the welfare of the child, progress and challenge since 2010 is both timely and urgent. It asks us to do more than celebrate. It demands that we reflect, evaluate, and act immediately. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, in Kenya, we have made a recommendable strides. The Constitution, the 2010 Constitution of Kenya affirms every child's right to basic needs and protection. The Children Act 2022 has ushered in more robust and inclusive legal framework. It is strengthened the children's protection system, promotes alternative family-based care, and most importantly, center the voice of the child in decisions that affects them. Through this act has confirmed the principles, the four pillars of the child's right. Right to survival, development, protection, and participation. We are reminded that every child has a right to survive and thrive. And there is an African quote that says, it takes a whole village or community to raise a child. That has a lot of meaning. And it is an African say. Through several county legislation over the years, through the country legislation over the years, with Basic Education Act of 2013 among them, Kenya education is free and compulsory. Enrollment has greatly increased, and since the introduction of the day secondary school, there has been significant improvement, including increase of funding per child and notable rise in school enrollment. The policy ensures full transition from primary to secondary school. On health, we have made a lot of gains through programs like NHIF, Linda Mama, and now Social Health Insurance Fund has improved greatly. And I can ascertain, I had a relative who enrolled herself just a week into SHA. She paid only 600 shillings. And she was admitted at Nairobi West Hospital for heart-related problems. SHA paid 600,000 for a person who enrolled for 1 week with 600 shillings. So Kenya is working, the government is working, and SHA is working. Those who are propagandas around there, please, I'm telling the people of Makueni and Kenya that enroll yourself in SHA because it is working. I have seen myself, a relative of mine has gone through and benefit from that. In child protection services, Your Excellency, we have 32 government-registered child rescue centers and safe homes across various counties. working with the government, county government, we have also enrolled child help line service. There was a child who asked if we have a line that she can call when she's in a danger. Children, get this number right today. We have a number that you can call and you can be rescued immediately. The number is 116. Children, do you hear that? That is your number to call, 116. And the government will be there with you immediately to rescue and to help you out. And Your Excellency, Madam, the First Lady, the child protection remains a challenge. We have a lot that is going on, a lot of good things. We have resources, and we have a lot of resources going to education, and it is catering for the children. We have resources going to bursary. We have presidential bursary that is in place. We have county bursary. We have constituency bursary. All these are from the government initiative. Having said that, but still we have challenges. And the challenge that we have is the survey of 2019, Violence Against Children survey, painted a very bad picture. 45.9% of girls and 56.1% of boys have experienced some sort of violence. Alongside that report, the government has put in place National Preservation and Response Plan 2019-2023 was put in place, but the implementation is uneven and much work needed ahead of us. At the same time, Spot It, Stop It campaign to address violence against children was mooted, and it is being implemented. That is going on. And Madam Speaker, Madam, your First Lady, allow me to highlight 2 milestones that has taken place. One that we are very happy with, and we must appreciate and thank His Excellency the President, is establishing the State Department of Children Welfare Services, and by again moving us to our parent ministry, Gender, Culture, and Children Services. We feel very comfortable. We feel we are in the right place. We feel we are Mama with Mama now, and we really appreciate His Excellency President for reorganizing the government and putting us in the right place. Despite the challenges we must confront, despite many progress, is poverty. Children facing poverty are about 47.5%. 5.4 million of people face food insecurity. 1.3 children are in labor-related matter. They are in either forced labor or for a labor that they cannot they must do it because of the need that is back in their homes. Harmful cultural practices and lack of quality education due to inadequate infrastructure, limited access to health care, child marriages exposing girls to health risks, and early marriages, therefore limiting their educational and economic opportunity, various forms of violence, including physical, sexual, emotional abuse, as well as neglect, often within their homes and surrounding communities, child trafficking within and across the border for purpose of forced labor, harmful cultural practices such as female genital mutilation, despite it being outlawed among other challenges. Your Excellency, let me conclude by saying I'm concluding. Our call for action, Your Excellency, is the following: promotion of positive parenting and digital literacy, strengthening coordination and data system, review and update child protection laws, full implementation of the Children's Act 2022, ensuring adequate resources and refacing budgeting, and enhance digital child protection, expand health programs affecting the children, address socio-economical affairs. Finally, Madam, allow me to end by emphasizing that planning and budgeting for children is today and not tomorrow. Your Excellency, thank you so much. Our children, may God bless you. May God bless our country. May God bless our First Lady, who is our first champion for the children. May God bless the first family. Thank you very much.
Haya, watoto hoye. Watoto hoye. Ati namba ya kupiga ukipata shida ni gani? Ati ni gani? Tuwapigie watoto makofi kwa kukumbuka 116. Na ukifika nyumbani unaambia mzazi ya kuandikishe kwa SHA. Unamwambia kuandikishe kwa sisikii, akuandikishe kwa wangapi wanaenda kusema waandikishwe kwa SHA? Nione kwa mkono. Asanteni watoto. Your Excellency, now allow me to invite on stage CPA Karen Acheng Agengo, Principal Secretary, State Department for Children's Services, to take over the program. Karibu, Madam CPA, Madam PS. Karibu sana.
Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, allow me first of all to invite my colleague, PS Fikirini, to come and give his remarks before I speak.
Asante sana. Your Excellency, the First Lady, Madam Rachel Ruto, CS, Madam Anna Wendot, my colleague PS, CPA Karen, all senior national and county government officials here present, walimu na wanafunzi, hamjambo. My name is Fikirini Jacobs. I'm the Principal Secretary for the State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy. I have come here in solidarity with my colleague PS, my sister Karen, for the commemoration of the Day of the African Child. And one thing which I appreciate as a young person in this country is the far we have come in realizing the philosophy behind the 1976 uprising in Soweto, which demanded for address of inequalities and fairness in education. I think as a country, having heard from what has been presented here by the board and even the chair, we have made such noticeable moves in addressing some of these inequalities and unfairness around the children's spaces. And I think we have a reason to jointly celebrate the Day of the African Child as a country here in Kenya. But in Kimalizia, I have one request to make. Through the lenses of the State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy, I know for sure that Kenya is never short of a goodwill from the government and even never short of NGOs, CSOs, and CBOs that deal in children-related affairs and even youth affairs. The only appeal I wish to make here today is to the organizations, the non-governmental actors in the children's spaces, to please enhance collaboration with the government. Ndo wengine wakikuwa wote, wengine wawe Katonzweni na kwingine, ili tusaidie hawa watoto kwa pamoja. And the same case, I think, is something which we will encourage in the youth space. Na kwa wanafunzi wote ambao mko hapa, mimi nimebahatika, nimetoka mahali ambacho Kiswahili tunakizungumza kila wakati. Waswahili walisema cha mkufuu mwanafuu ha na akila hu, ila cha mwanafuu mkufuu hu na akila ha. Hii ina maana kwamba kwa wanafunzi wote ambao mko hapa, wakati mmejikubali kama wanafunzi, tuheshimu pia wazazi wetu na tuheshimu walimu. Hii jukwaa ambayo iko hapa yote ni watu ambao waliheshimu wazazi wao na walimu, ndio maana leo wamefika mahali ambapo wamefika. Nikimalizia, Your Excellency, kwa sababu nimeona mavijana wako hapa, mimi nataka kusema kama State Department ya Youth Affairs, kupitia kwa baraka za Mheshimiwa Rais wetu Dr. William Ruto, tuko na program ambayo tunaifanya ambayo manufaa yake ni kwa vijana wetu wa taifa la Kenya. Tukisaidia wale vijana ambao wako shule na wamepata elimu, pia kuna grupu ya vijana wale ambao hawakuenda zaidi ya form 4. Mheshimiwa Rais ametuletea program inaitwa Nyota, the National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement. Lengo la hii program ni mawili: kusaidia hawa vijana ambao hawakupita form 4 kupata ujuzi wa kibiashara na pia to enhance their employability. Hapa kwa business support, His Excellency the President alileta mfumo wa kuchukua vijana 70 in every ward in Kenya, which is approximately 100,000 youth nationally. Na hawa wote, according to His Excellency the President, as he indeed affirmed in his Madaraka address, alisema ikifika mwezi wa 8, and that is something we are really working around the clock as a department, kuhakikisha kwamba ikifika mwezi wa 8 hawa vijana 70 kila wodi ya Kenya wapate ile grant ya 50,000 ili wasaidie kufanya biashara. The second component ya enhance employability, hii ni program ya skilling ambayo tutairoll out soon through the financial inclusion platform ya *254. Najua leo my colleague PS wa MSME Madam Mangeni amekuwa na mkutano wa committee yetu, na karibuni hii wiki ama next week tutaita vijana sasa wa apply, at least tuone vile tunaweza tukaweka kwa skilling programs ambayo itawapa ujuzi na itawapa nafasi ya kupata certificate kutoka kwa NITA ili muweze kupata nafasi ya kuajiriwa. Ya mwisho ni ya climate works ambayo nimeuliza DCC na amenihakikishia kwamba vijana wana apply. In fact, as of right now, hapa Makueni County tuko na vijana zaidi ya 7,000 ambao wameapply hii program ya climate works ambayo Mheshimiwa Rais ameleta kwa manufaa ya vijana wetu. Nazidi kuomba kwa hizi siku 3 ambazo zimebaki, wale ambao hawaja apply wa apply ili tuweze kusaidika, ili tukiinua upande mmoja, kila mmoja tuinuke sote kama vijana wa taifa la Kenya. Asanteni sana, Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki. Asante. Asante.
Watoto hoye! Watoto hoye! Watoto, namba ya kufanya ripoti ni namba ni, this is a very important number. Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, our Cabinet Secretary, Gender, Culture and Children Services, the First Lady of Makueni County, the County Commissioner of Makueni County, representatives from the national government and the county government of Makueni, our beloved children, distinguished guests, ladies and children. Good afternoon. So it gives me great pleasure to be here on this special day of the African child, to celebrate with our children, a special day where we remember our children that fought for their rights in South Africa. These children fought for their rights to education, a right to be taught in a language that they understand. And so today we are here as we commemorate this special day in our nation. Your Excellency, first, as a way of commemorating this special day, in the past 2 months, we have seen a commitment of government where the President has established the State Department of Children Welfare Services. I wish to thank His Excellency and Your Excellency for this goodwill on the rights of children. Establishing the State Department of Children is a way of promoting the children welfare. Your Excellency, further, you have gone to show that children are really dear to us. And last week, His Excellency aligned the State Department with the relevant ministry, which is the Ministry for Gender, Culture, and Children Services. As a State Department, we are really happy with this move because we know children have been placed in the correct ministry. Now, when I talk of population of Africa, in 2021, we had a population of 650 million of children living in Africa. And we're expecting that this number is going to project to about 1 billion by 2055. When I come to Kenya, population of children is about 21.9 million, according to our 2019 census. This shows us that children is a big number of our population. And so there is need to really think of what to do with our children. So as a government, because of this number of children growing as we move into the years, we have seen that we really need to plan for our children. And that is why we are here today with this theme, planning and budgeting for our children. If we do not plan now for our children, the future of our children will not be there. Africa's aspirations towards eradication of poverty, development of human capital, and economic growth cannot be achieved without directing a country's investment in children. Our children of today are our future. Therefore, when we invest in them, the state will build what we are calling a resilient economy. Our children, if we invest in them today, we shall increase employment. If we invest in our children today, we shall increase productivity in these children, and therefore in future we shall have economic gains from our investment of today. I also want to emphasize, Your Excellency, that building a healthy and thriving society will prevent causes of instability. We have seen in the past what is going on in the country, and we can say that if we take action now by investing in our children, then we will tend to reduce the conflict that we see in this country, and we will lead a peaceful and secure nation. Therefore, I want to say that today this theme relates well with what we are thinking about the future of Kenya, that is the children of today. As we reflect on this theme of today in planning and budgeting for children, we realize that our children are currently facing a lot of challenges. We have issues of teenage pregnancy. We have issues of other violence against children, FGM, which is a major threat to our children. We have issues of parental neglect. Most of the cases we are receiving on children is on parental neglect. This morning, as we were having a conversation with the county commissioner and our team that is in this region, we got a report that parental neglect is a serious problem even in Makueni County. And so I want to appeal to the parents that are here. I want to appeal to parents that we need to take care of our children. This is our future. And if we neglect our children today, we will have a country that is not secure, a country with conflicts. So, Your Excellency, in involving participation of children in our budgeting, this year in May, we went around various counties and we talked to our children. And our children, as you saw in their presentation, it is coming out that our children are telling us that we need to prioritize food as their main agenda. Food is their basic need. And so, Your Excellency, even as you will be going back, we request that we consider this as a priority in this nation. I know we have done a budget this year, and our cabinet secretary in charge of finance has done something on the school feeding program. So this is an agenda that we'll be pushing even as we'll be moving forward in the coming years, that we enhance our budget on food, because our children are telling us that food is a basic need, and food will keep them in schools. Food will help them deal with issues of being in school. Therefore, Your Excellency, as a State Department, I want to say that we are committed, as we work with our new Cabinet Secretary, to advancing and supporting the rights of children through establishment of what we are calling the County Children Assemblies. All these children you see here have in place what we call County Children Assemblies, where they meet and discuss their rights. And this is what we want to promote countrywide, to give our children a chance to voice their concerns, so that we as a department and we as a ministry, we know what to focus on when it comes to the planning and budgeting for them. As I conclude, I want to say that I want to thank our new Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Anna, because this State Department was moved into her ministry a few days ago, and she found time to come for this event. I really want to sincerely thank you, our Cabinet Secretary, for your commitment, because this shows that you are ready to take this baby and you are ready to take care of all these children that we are seeing here. Asante sana, Madam CS. And also, I want to appreciate Your Excellency. We are having a good partnership with your office. Since I came into office, I want to appreciate your office, because the partnership is what we really work for these children. Your voice for these children will be heard through your office. So I want to support and say that let us maintain this partnership as we go forward. And thank you for the support that you are giving our office. Your Excellency, not forgetting that we do have partners. When it comes to children issues, our partners play a big role. And in this forum, we do have partners who have supported us and continue to support child-centered programs. So I want to appreciate all the partners that are present here, because they are doing a good job in advocacy. They are doing a good job in providing technical support that goes along in our policy-making process and in the implementation of our child-centered programs. I want to say thank you very much for all the partners that are here. Last, I want to also appreciate the organizers of this event. I know there was a committee that was involved. They've been working for the past 3 months to ensure that this event is successful. So I want to take this opportunity to appreciate all the committee members that were involved in this process. Your Excellency, I would like to say that children are very dear to us, and I know children are dear to you. And so even as we commemorate this day, let us take the views of these children seriously. I noted what the children were saying. For example, they brought up the issues of let us have an ambulance in this county. Let us have ambulance in all counties. That requires collaboration with our counties. We will continue to work closely with our county governments to ensure all the children's needs are taken care of. As I close, Your Excellency, allow me to invite the First Lady of Makueni County to come and give her remarks. Asante sana.
God is good, and all the time. Mwaseo ingi, siana mwacha ingi. Her Excellency, the First Lady, Madam Rachel Ruto, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Gender, Culture and Children's Services, Ms. Hannah Cheptumo, the Principal Secretary, Ministry of Gender, Culture and Children's Services, State Department for Children's Services, CPA Karen Achieng, the PS State Department for Youth Affairs and Creative Economy, Mr. Fikiri Jacobs, the County Commissioner, Honorable MCAs, distinguished guests, our esteemed children of Makueni, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is both a great honor and privilege to stand before you today on this special occasion, the Day of the African Child. Today, we gather across this great continent to mark the Day of the African Child, a day that reminds us of the bravery of the Soweto children who stood up for their right to education in 1976. Their legacy challenges us to ensure that no child in Makueni or Kenya is denied education, safety, or opportunities to thrive. Your Excellency, Mama Rachel Ruto, I extend my deepest gratitude to you for honoring us with your presence today. Your leadership in promoting education, women empowerment, and child welfare through initiatives like Joyful Women Organization and Elimu Scholarship Program aligns perfectly with our county's vision. Your support strengthens our shared mission to uplift every child in Makueni. We have turned our policies into action to ensure every child learns, thrives, and dreams big. The theme for this year's celebration, Planning and Budgeting for Children's Rights, Progress since 2010, calls for a moment of reflection, but also a renewed commitment. It urges us to assess what has been achieved and what must still be done to place children at the heart of policy, investment, and development. As we reflect on this year's theme, Planning and Budgeting for Children's Rights, Progress since 2010, I would like to highlight some of the commendable strides that the government of Makueni County has made to uphold and protect the rights and welfare of our children. We have established a dedicated office to manage children's affairs and serve as an ombudsman for children's rights. We have provided annual budgetary allocations specifically dedicated to children's programming within the social protection, education, and health sectors. We have developed a Makueni County Children Policy 2021 that provides a framework to secure the 4 pillars of child rights, namely survival rights, development rights, protection rights, and participation rights. We have established the Makueni County Child Rescue Center, whose objective is to provide care and support to child victims, survivors of violence and abuse, and children living on and off the streets in line with Section 142, as read with Section 145(12) of the Children's Act. We have developed operational guidelines to provide a structural framework for the effective management of the Makueni County Child Rescue Center. We have initiated a personal hygiene and management program that entails the provision of dignity packs to needy girls and boys in vulnerable households. We have initiated programs on enhancing nutrition for women and children, thus improving access to health, commodities, and treatments. We have established a project on mainstreaming gender in adolescent health and nutrition aimed at reducing barriers affecting access to health and nutrition education and services amongst adolescents. We have also established and equipped a gender-based violence recovery center with a fully fledged children's section. The GBV Recovery Center plays a pivotal role in coordinating violence against children cases countywide, thus heightening detection, response, prevention, management, and support of children survivors of violence. We have constructed and equipped a total of 354 modern early childhood development and education centers, also known as the ECDE, across the county to enhance early learning infrastructure. We have employed on permanent and pensionable terms over 957 ECDE teachers in the county, thus ensuring access to quality early childhood education. We have also established and equipped child daycare facilities in Makueni and Emali modern markets, and once operational, the centers will enable working parents, especially mothers, to have a safe environment for their children as they work. We have provided assistive devices to children with disabilities to support their mobility, communication, and daily functioning. We acknowledge that no development strategy can succeed unless it invests in children and gives them the means to build a better future. Our children deserve not only education, but protection from physical abuse, neglect, diseases, and conflict. On this day, I challenge you, all of you, to reaffirm your commitment to protect children's rights, to support their aspirations, and to help them realize their full potential, and call upon the national government to set aside resources or create a fund for children protection programs in counties. We request the national government to partner with us on making the Makueni Child Rescue Center a reality for the vulnerable children. To our children here today, you are not too young to lead. You are not too small to dream, and you are not too weak to change the world. We see you, we hear you, and we believe in you. Your dreams are valid. Work hard in your studies to invest in your future. Listen to your parents, your guardians, and your teachers. Allow me, Your Excellency, to applaud the close working relationship between the national government and the county governments in matters children and education. By creating a state department dedicated to children affairs, the president showed leadership and demonstrated his commitment to advancing child rights and welfare. The county government of Makueni, led by Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr., my dear husband, remains committed in championing and spearheading policies and programs geared towards ensuring the safety, growth, and success of children. In conclusion, let this day be more than a commemoration. Let it be a call to action, a promise renewed, and a future reclaimed by and for the children of Kenya. Education is the key to Africa's greatness, and that key must be placed in every child's hands. Thank you. God bless Makueni, God bless Kenya, and God bless the African child. Asanteni sana. Your Excellency, before I sit down, allow me to recognize that the presence of the county staff present, just wave from where you are. The county executive committee members present, just wave from where you are. The chief officers, please stand and wave from where you are. The other county staff that I may not have mentioned, just wave, stand and wave. Asanteni sana, God bless you all.
Thank you very much. The First Lady of Makueni County. That was good commitment that we had from Makueni County. Watoto hoye! Watoto mpo! Watoto hoye! Your Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, allow me to ride on the protocols that have been established to invite our Cabinet Secretary for Gender, Culture, and Children Services to come and give her remarks. Welcome, our Cabinet Secretary.
Thank you. You know, when children have sat for a long time, Karen, you have to give them a chorus. So please, children, stand up. All children, and all of us are children somehow. We may not be young children, but we are children. This is the day.
This is the day that the Lord has made,
that the Lord has made. We will rejoice. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And be glad in it.
This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made.
Thank you very much. All children, please seated. Young and old children. Our chief guest, Her Excellency, the First Lady, Mama Rachel Ruto, the spouse to the Governor of Makueni County, Mrs. Anita Mutula, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Children's Services, Madam Karen Achieng Agengo, the Principal Secretary for State Department, Youth and Creative Economy, Mr. Fikirini Jacobs, honorable members of Parliament present, if they have come later, the board chair of the National Council for Children's Services, Madam Sophia Abdi Noor, the leadership of the County Assembly and all elected and appointed leaders of the county present, parents, our beloved children, distinguished guests, Siana Mwaseu watoto, Yesu ataiwe. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to join you today as we mark this year's Day of the African Child 2025 celebrations. This year, the event will be commemorated under the theme, Planning and Budgeting for Children's Rights, Progress since 2010. This theme emphasizes on the need for us to create within our country and for our continent budget lines that allow children to thrive and enjoy holistic growth and development. I would like to thank His Excellency the President for giving me the honor to lead the ministry and more specifically the State Department of Children's Services. It gives me joy as a mother to lead a State Department that has been granted the mandate to lead Kenya in ensuring the children are protected and empowered. This can only be realized through the concerted efforts of all actors in the children's sector. I take cognizance of the enactment of the Children's Act Cap 141, which marked a significant milestone in children protection, aligning Kenya's legal framework with international standards. The Act emphasizes the rights of the child and outlines mechanisms for their protection and welfare. Whereas I come at a time when my predecessor has made significant strides in ensuring the implementation of the Act, the task ahead is ensuring the Act is fully implemented. The regulations to fully implement the Act are at the final stages, and we shall soon gazette them. The Children Policy 2010, which is under review, has already undergone thorough public participation, and once we consolidate the comments, we shall present it before the Cabinet for adoption. The policy is progressive and addresses the gaps that are in the sector. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya has made significant strides in integrating child-focused priority into national planning and budgeting. This year, we have had children engage in giving their views to the national budget. This is inculcating child participation in the budgeting process, and we shall strive to ensure that every year the children will be involved in the budget process. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on our journey since 2010, it is evident that significant progress has been made in planning and budgeting for children. However, challenges remain, and it is our collective responsibility to ensure that every child in Kenya grows up in a safe, nurturing, and empowering environment. Let us affirm our commitment to investing in our children, the true wealth of our nation. Na ningependa kuongezea kwamba sisi kama wizara fuatilia maslahi ya watoto kupitia kuhakikisha that familia yote wanakaa salama. Tukiwa katika wizara ya jinsia, tunapenda kusema ya kwamba tunataka familia zote, baba na mama, wakae katika usalama. Ndio watoto hawa waweze kupata mahali pazuri pa kukua, mahali pazuri pa kusoma, na ikiwa kuna swala lolote ambaye inasumbua familia, kwa hiyo shida ikiwa watoto pia wanapata shida. So kama wizara tutakuwa tunaangalia mambo ya wamama, mambo ya wababa, mambo ya vijana kupitia kwa culture and arts, na pia mambo ya watoto. Kwa hivyo katika hii wizara familia yote inashughulikiwa. So tunashukuru sana His Excellency the President kwa kutupatia hii nafasi. Sisi kama wizara tutahakikisha kwamba kila mahali tutasunguka, na katika hali ya kuhakikisha kuna usawa, watoto wanapatiwa nafasi ya kuongea katika hii hali ya kusema ni nini wanataka. Vile tumeona leo watoto wameanza kutoa yale mambo ambayo inawasumbua, na hizo vitu zote wamesema tutachukua kama wizara na kushughulikia ili familia na watoto sana sana wakae katika maisha ambayo inafaa. Ya mwisho ningependa kushukuru kaunti ya Makueni kwa sababu kama serikali we have what is an all of government approach. Kwa hivyo tunafanya kazi na county governments. Napenda kushukuru sana the governor of Makueni County. Tulikuja asubuhi, tulipokelewa vizuri, county iko sawa, iko safi, na tunashukuru sana. Tunapenda pia kushukuru governor ambaye alikuwa tangulizi hapo mbele, kwa sababu yeye ndiye alianzisha. Kenya mzima tunajua ya kwamba hii county inafanya maendeleo. Mko na mambo ya matunda, mko na mambo ya elimu, mambo ya afya. Tumeambiwa ya kwamba mmejisajili katika SHA, muendelee ili tuweze kukaa vizuri, afya ikiwa sawa, mambo ya elimu ikiwa sawa, familia kama imefurahi, nchi inakuwa sawa. So tunawashukuru sana county government. Continue doing that way. We will always liaise with you. In case you have any issue that you want us to address, we will always be there. And thank you for giving us an opportunity to come and celebrate with our children. Our children have spoken. We have taken note of the sentiments that you have made, and we shall make a follow-up as the PS has said. Thank you so much. May the Lord God bless you. Thank you. God bless the children of Kenya. God bless the children of Africa. It is now my privilege and singular moment to welcome the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya. Let us all be upstanding to welcome Mama Rachel Ruto, Mama Doing Good.
Thank you very much. We may be seated. Hannah Wendot, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Gender, Culture, and Children's Services. Anita Mutula, spouse to the Governor, Makueni County. Principal Secretary is present. Community leaders, parents, teachers, and caregivers. More importantly, our beloved children, Mwacha. Our beloved children, Mwacha. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Salimiane, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu nione mikono yenu ya furaha, mikono ambayo imeng'ara, mikono ya watoto wetu wa Afrika. Amen. Many of us who grew up in rural Kenya will remember, as young children, we would rise early to help our parents harvest maize in the shamba during the harvest season. After the main harvest was done, we would rush back through the fields with little sacks, searching for stray kernels left behind. In Ukambani, it is called Kugedha Matalio. In our national language, Kiswahili, it is called Kukusanya Masazo. We were encouraged to keep piling the maize we collected until our sacks were full. Then, with proud hearts and bulging pockets, we would sell our matalio from the shamba and save money to buy something small, perhaps a young lamb or a young chicken to keep or care for. Even in those early years, our parents taught us the value of saving and budgeting. Collecting our matalio from the shamba wasn't just about the maize. It was our first lesson in planning, in understanding that every kernel saved had purpose and that small contributions could grow into meaningful rewards. It showed us that financial habits begin in childhood and that teaching children to save and plan early lays a foundation for their future. This childhood practice perfectly mirrors our theme today, planning and budgeting for children's rights, progress since 2010, as we celebrate the Day of the African Child here at Unoa Primary School in Makueni County. Receive warm greetings from our President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. He is passionate about every child being an active participant in nation building, where their voices are heard and genuinely respected and valued. Ladies and gentlemen, this day reminds us that every child carries within them the promise of Kenya's tomorrow, and that it is our solemn duty to protect, nurture, and invest in that promises. As Psalms 127 verses 3 beautifully declares, children are a heritage from the Lord, calling us to cherish and safeguard their well-being. Just as we learned how to count, save, and invest our material, so we must ensure that every policy, every shilling, and every program for children is carefully planned and accounted for, empowering them to claim their rights and shape Kenya's tomorrow. This requires more than just goodwill. It demands intentional planning and budgeting, with decisions made at the highest levels of government, with children at the center. A similar theme was adopted 15 years ago for the 2010 Day of the African Child celebration. As we celebrate today, we need to take stock of the gains that we have made as a country and equally reflect on the work that still remains. Kenya has made a lot of strides in moving the agenda of children protection and welfare ahead. Let me share some of the celebrations since 2010. We are grateful to His Excellency President Dr. William Ruto for setting up a fully fledged State Department for Children Welfare Services led by our PS, Karen Agengo, who is here with us today. Our Constitution enshrined children's rights at the very heart of our national values. Article 53 enshrines every child's right to education, nutrition, health care, protection, and the nurturing love of a family. The Children's Act, which was enacted in 2022, contains elaborate provisions for the protection of our children. Our National School Feeding Program, which began in 2018 with 1.5 million beneficiaries, now reaches over 2.6 million children, bolstering both school retention and nutrition. In a bid to further enrich our children's experience and health, my office has been diligently collaborating with the Ministry of Agriculture under the 4K Club to establish kitchen gardens in all public primary schools across Kenya under the initiative Feed One End Hunger. I'm delighted to share that in just the last 3 months alone, we have successfully set up 21 kitchen gardens. The positive impact on our schools has been nothing short of remarkable, fostering a connection between education and nutrition and empowering students with practical skills. Net enrollment in primary schools stands above 92%, and 84% of our young people now make the transition to secondary school, up from 64% in 2010. Early childhood development and education has become a devolved function, and many counties now dedicate more than 5% of their budgets to nurturing our young learners. In the health sector, investments in child and maternal services have led to a dramatic decline in under 5 mortality from 74 deaths in 1,000 live births in 2008 to 41 deaths per 1,000 births in 2022, and immunization coverage has remained above 80%. Through the National Care Reform Strategy, we are shifting from large institutions towards family and community-based care, because every child belongs in a loving home. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya has made good progress in ensuring that children participate in decision-making processes and that children are listened to and their voices heard. Planning and budgeting for children is not just a technical issue, it's a moral one. Our children constitute 46% of the total population of Kenya. Therefore, there is an urgent need to increase investment towards the activities of children in Kenya. Mr. Joe Biden, the former president of the United States, once said, and I quote, "Don't tell me what you value. Show me your budget, and I will tell you what you value." As we take a moment to reflect on the integral role of our children in shaping a brighter future, I am particularly struck by the profound words of Herbert Hoover, who said, and I quote, "Children are our most valuable resource." This statement not only resonates deeply, but acts as a powerful reminder of the critical need to actively engage children in nation-building processes, especially in aspects such as planning and budgeting. Children have unique perspectives and boundless creativity, which can lead to innovative solutions that have the potential to create a positive impact not only for their own generation, but for society as a whole. My prayer to each one of us here today is that we involve our children in planning and budgeting for their activities as we pave the way for a future that is inclusive, dynamic, and reflective of diverse voices. Child participation is not a choice. It is a fundamental requirement for sustainable development and growth of Kenya. Let us not leave our children behind. Their voice is crucial. As they said this morning, watangara wa. May God bless the children of Kenya, and may God bless our great nation. Mungu awabariki. Asanteni sana.
Makofi, makofi kwa mama wa taifa.
Kabla sijaketi, ningependa tu kusema jambo moja. I would just like to say something that I would like to do for this particular primary, and maybe I could ask the head teacher to come. As I sat here this morning, I've been asking Anita, the First Lady of Makueni County, whether this is a field where the children play. Mwalimu, is that correct? Watoto, hii ni uwanja ambao mnachezea kila siku? Okay, ningependa kutoa ahadi moja. Kwa majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu, mnajua watoto wakicheza mahali kama hii na pengine hatuna sehemu nyingine ya kucheza, haswa sehemu kama hii ambayo nimeona kuna vumbi mingi sana. Si ni kweli? Na mnajua watoto wakicheza mahali vumbi hiko mara nyingi watapata homa. Ni kweli mwalimu? Mwalimu anasema kwamba ni kweli. So maybe kupitia mpango ya ofisi yangu na mimi binafsi na tukifanya kazi na First Lady wa Makueni County, Anita, there's something I would like us to do for this field. Ningependa tupande nyasi. Watoto tunakubaliana? Ningependa tupande nyasi hapa, ndio wakati mnakuja kucheza, muweze kucheza kwa kiwanja ambayo haitakuwa na vumbi na ambayo haitakupatia homa. Na mnajua kwamba homa, mtoto mmoja akipata homa, anapatia mwingine. Na akitoka shule na homa, anapeleka nyumbani. Ni si ni kweli? Anapatia pia wazazi na pengine watoto wengine. Lakini nilikaa chini hapa nikajua kitu kimoja kwamba pengine hamna maji. Si ni kweli? Kwa hivyo tuta drill borehole. Tutachimba shimo ya maji hapa. Ili maji ambayo tutapata hapa, na nataka kuamini kwamba Makueni iko na fresh water. Na hata kama haina fresh water tutajua vile tutafanya. Tungependa hii maji itumike kwa watoto, kukunywa, kutumia, tutumie pia kunyunyizia hapa kwa kiwanja, na ikiwezekana iweze kusambaa kwa mashule mengine kama shule iko karibu ama hata kuna soko. So katika hii siku ya kusherehekea siku ya watoto wa Kiafrika, wacha tuweze pia kusema kwamba tutapata maji katika hii shule ambayo imetupatia hosting, shule ya Unoa, ili pia watoto waweze kupata maji ya kukunywa, shule ipate maji ya kutumia jikoni kwa ile school feeding program ambayo tunalete ya mambo ya kitchen gardens ambayo tunafanya na 4K clubs, na tuweze kusambaza hiyo maji pia iweze kufika katika sehemu nyingine, shule nyingine, ama kama kuna hospitali hapa, ama hata kama kuna soko. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio ahadi yangu ambayo ningependa kuacha hapa tukisherehekea siku ya mtoto Mwafrika. Asanteni sana, tutaanza hiyo mpango. Wacha Mungu awabariki, Mungu awabariki watoto wetu wote wa Kenya mahali kokote waliko na watoto wetu wa Africa continent. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Asante, wapi makofi? Tunaomba mama wa taifa aweze kusalia kwenye jukwaa. Kuna zawadi nyingi sana ambazo watu wa Makueni wamekuandalia. Zawadi ya kwanza italetwa na mwenyekiti wa NCCS, aje kwa haraka, na anapoleta zawadi nataka tumwangalie mama wa taifa sote. Makueni hoye! Tunataka Rais William Ruto aje hapa. Wangapi wanatumana Rais William Ruto afike Makueni? Afike wote, alete maendeleo. Asanteni sana. Zawadi ya kwanza ndio hiyo. Amekabidhiwa, angalia vile ni nzuri. Wow, wapi makofi? Hiyo imepeana na NCCS. Hapo nimeona mwenyekiti na CEO. Zawadi ya pili, Mheshimiwa Mama wa Taifa, ni ya spouse to the governor wa Makueni, Her Excellency Madam Anita Mutula. Pia naye ana zawadi yake ya kukupa. Na nimefahamishwa ni kama ni matunda ya huku Makueni. Matamu kweli kweli. Matunda ya huku hayana mfano. Ndio hiyo amekabidhiwa, makofi kwake. Kuna zawadi nyingine iweze kufika haraka. Wow, machungwa. Naomba mbaki papo hapo, Your Excellencies. Naomba tafadhali tupate picha. PS weza kuja pamoja na PS Fikirini tuweze kufika hapo mbele. County Commissioner, Chair wa NCCS pamoja na CEO, Madam Principal fika hapo mbele, Madam Magdalene Wanza, that is, fika hapo mbele ili tuweze kupiga picha na waziri pia, of course waziri. Tujipange kwa picha moja, tunaweza kutengeneza line mbili kama inawezekana. 2 lines are okay if one is. Na wakati hiyo inapigwa, wanafunzi wakaribishwe hapa, tupige picha ya pili. Asante sana, asante. Wanafunzi waweze kuja, mbaki tu hapo hapo. Wanafunzi kujeni. Wanafunzi sogeni mbele. Hapo sawa. Tengeneza C. Hiyo ni picha ya kuonyesha ya kwamba siku hii kubwa tulitembelewa na wageni wetu wa heshima pamoja na watoto hao. Haya, watoto mcheke kidogo. Asanteni. Wale wote wengine wako hapo, tushuke tumwache mama wa taifa ili tuweze kufunga na wimbo wa taifa. Haya, tusimame sote basi, kila mmoja mahali tulipo, tungame hivyo ndhe ili tuweze kufunga na wimbo wa taifa. Tuweze kumruhusu sasa mama wa taifa na ujumbe wake waweze kuondoka kwa wakati ufaao. Tunawashukuru nyote, tunakushukuru sana waziri wetu Mheshimiwa Hana Wendoti Cheptumo,